Welcome back. I'm Stella Williams. Before I get into today's topic, I want to tell you something personal. My mom lives with me. She has dementia. And one of the things I think about most when I think about what her future care might look like is this. Who will be there at 3 in the morning? How many people will be on that floor? Will there be enough staff to hear her if she needs something? Will someone notice if she is not okay? That worry has a name. It is called staffing ratios. And today I'm going to explain what that means in plain language and why it matters more than the lobby, the menu, or the activities calendar. Let's go. A staffing ratio is just a number. It tells you how many residents one caregiver is responsible for at a time. If a community says their ratio is 1 to 8, that means one caregiver is looking after 8 residents at that same moment. If the ratio is 1 to 15, that one caregiver is responsible for 15 people. Here's why that number matters. Let's say your mom needs help getting to the bathroom. If her caregiver has 8 people to look after, they can get there pretty quickly. If that same person is responsible for 15 people and 3 residents need help at the exact same time, your mom waits. And in senior care, waiting is not always okay. For the daytime, look for one caregiver for every 6 to 8 residents. For the evening, one caregiver for 8 to 10 residents. For the night shift, this is the one I always ask about. Some communities have one caregiver for 15 to 20 residents overnight. The night shift number is the most important one because that is when your loved one is most vulnerable and least able to call for help. Why the night shift matters the most is because during the day, families are visiting, staff are busy and visible, things look good. But at 3 in the morning, when most of the world is asleep, what does that community look like? If your loved one has dementia, nighttime is often the hardest. They get confused. They try to get up. They don't know where they are at. They need someone nearby who knows them and can calm them down. Listen, a family I worked with called me after their dad fell at night. He pressed his call button, but the caregiver on duty was on the other side of the building with another resident. By the time she got to him, he was on the floor. He was okay, but it changed everything about how that family thought about staffing, and it changed me too. Do not just ask about daytime ratios, ask specifically about the night. Ask this: how many staff are on night? How many residents does each person cover? Staffing ratios matter for everyone, but they matter even more when dementia is involved. A person without dementia can press a call button. They can say, "I need help." A person with dementia often cannot. They may get quiet when they are hurting, or they may get loud in a way that looks like behavior when really they are just scared. Staff who work with dementia residents need time to notice the small things, time to sit with someone who is anxious. That takes more than one person can give if they are responsible for 15 residents at once. And here is the other thing I always ask about: turnover. How long have the staff been there? A caregiver who has known your mom for 2 years will notice when something is off. A brand new hire cannot. High staff turnover is a red flag. It means your loved one never builds a real bond with the people caring for them. For someone with dementia, familiar faces are everything. Ask this: what is your staff turnover rate? How long have most of your caregivers been here? When you go on a tour, do not just look at the building, watch the people. Are the caregivers engaged with the residents, or are they standing at the desk looking at their phones? Do staff know residents by name? Do they stop to say hello? Do they notice when someone looks upset? Ask to visit on a weekday afternoon, not just Saturday morning when everyone is putting on their best show. And ask to see their state inspection report. In Texas, communities are inspected every year. Those results are public. If they hesitate to show you, that tells you something. Just ask this: can I see your most recent state inspection report? Here is my simple version of this. 4 questions. Write them down. Ask them at every community you visit. What is your caregiver to resident ratio during the day? What is your ratio on the night shift? What is your staff turnover rate? Can I see your most recent state inspection report? Those 4 questions will tell you more about the real quality of care than any brochure ever could. I started this episode talking about my mom, and I want to end there too. When I think about her future care, staffing is the first thing I think about. Not the menu, not the decor, the people. How many of them are there? How long they have been there? How well they know the residents in their care. Because at the end of the day, it is the people who make a community safe, not the building. Go to tourseniorliving.org/area/Austin to search for communities in Austin, Texas that I have personally toured. Or you can text me, call me at 737-389-2130 if you need a checklist to help with tours or any other questions you may have. Thank you for listening. Y'all have a blessed day.